Hello, this is Smita Kumar, and you're watching Medicircle. Today, on our healthcare startup series, we have Dr. Arun Shastry with us. Dr. Arun is a co founder of Hanugen Therapeutics Pvt Ltd. Hanugen is developing oligonucleotide based therapeutics to treat rare genetic disorders. These are used to alter the RNA transcription process and treat some diseases which are very rare in case, but there is like a complete disruption in this healthcare space where these kind of solutions are getting designed, developed because it is very much personalized, very much patient specific, and these solutions are offered. So let's know more about their startup. Hi, Dr. Arun. Welcome to MediCircle.
Yeah, hello Smita. Thank you giving me this opportunity to be part of this series from Medicircle.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arun. And genomics and especially the RNA transcription thing, it has been always considered as things of the developed countries where US and UK or Europe would be having such solutions where these things can be developed. But India is not at all behind in such cases where we have startups like yours, and it's doing great job in it. So let our audience know what is about Hanugen Therapeutics about as a co-founder. What is the real problem it is solving?
Yeah. So Hanugen Therapeutics, we are a startup based out of Bangalore, and we are focused on finding out affordable and accessible treatment options for different rare genetic disorders who have problem in their DNA. So the technology which we use here for treating rare diseases like Duchenne muscular dystrophy, spinal muscular atrophy, and others is an antisense oligonucleotide based therapy, wherein we design a drug which could be working like a personalized medicine to treat a particular disease. In this case, we have currently developed three different drugs for Duchenne muscular dystrophy for three different exons, which are exon 45, 51, and 53. And currently, we have got the clinical trial approval and the manufacturing license to start our clinical trial, which will be beginning in the end of this year.
Great to know about it. So, what is the USP of Hanugen Therapeutics, and especially what is the meaning of Hanugen?
So the USP of Hanugen Therapeutics is that we want to use the power of science to alter the DNA in a good way by helping out people who are in the rare disease community. As you know, even though India being a large population, here even there is a very high number of rare diseases. So because of our sheer population, we are not so rare. In India, we have nearly 3 to 5 lakh children affected with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, around more than 2 lakh with spinal muscular atrophy. So with the sheer population and not affordable therapeutics available in the country, we want to come out with something which can disrupt this kind of myth wherein rare diseases can be treated in an affordable way. So that is our USP, that we want to use this novel oligonucleotide technology and create something like a personalized medicine which can be helpful for these patients.
So in Hanugen Therapeutics, how many patients' lives you have touched so far, and and also are the developing countries using the same kind of technologies that you are using? Are we
Yes.
are we like on the same page, and are we are designing some solutions which are far ahead from them?
Yeah, so the same diseases have got drugs developed in the US, and we are also using a similar technology. However, what we have done is that we have harnessed the power of this DNA, and we have made it very affordable. Now, currently, the US FDA approved drugs available for Duchenne muscular dystrophy comes to $300,000 to $500,000 per year per child. That comes to nearly 2 to 5 crores, and what we have come out comes to nearly 25 lakhs per year per patient.
Yes,
So
that's
that is what is
very
going to happen. Yeah.
yes.
So already we have got it to a fraction of cost, but still this is quite an expense, and not everybody can afford.
Yes,
We are
yes.
going in our upcoming clinical trials, we'll be treating more than 50 patients. And in that, after once the trial is done and the drug is approved, with a lot of numbers of patients in India, we would like to bring the cost down to, let's say, 5 lakhs per patient.
That's great. So affordability definitely might be a challenge. I think in the coming times, Hanugen technology, I mean therapeutics can curb that issue also. Uh, your startup has received funds from Karnataka Startup Cell and CCAM. So, how much funds you have raised so far, Dr. Arun, in Hanugen Therapeutics, and how has the funds been utilized?
Yeah, so the drug which was developed, we have got a lot of support from the Karnataka government and CCAM. We were the first batch of startups from Karnataka to receive the idea to POC Elevate grant, and we received a fund of 50 lakhs that was utilized to develop the in vitro and in vivo studies for these molecules, which is currently in the clinical trial phase. And later on, following year, we also received a biotechnology ignition grant, wherein we were awarded 50 lakhs through CCAMP and DBT BIRAC, which was again used for this preclinical studies for the development of this molecule. Following which, we were also selected in the case Bio 50 cluster, wherein we got good mentorship from CCAMP and experts who helped us in making our applications with the regulatory bodies and guiding us in following the guidelines. And we have currently got a manufacturing license for Hanugen.
Oh, wow.
So we have the test license to
That's
manufacture clinical grade material, which will be used for our own in-house trials.
like how much time you are expecting for this trials to be completed and you can go to the market?
So the thing is that why we are slowed down is the lack of funds. We were supposed to start our trial before COVID, but when COVID hit, we got hit badly and all our plans got delayed. But again, we are picking up back. Now the hospitals are back because this is the pediatric conditions. All the hospitals were very extremely careful that the environment for the trial needs to be perfect for the children so that they don't get infected with COVID. So now that uh, COVID is almost over, we are hoping that by end of December, we should be able to initiate the trials. Once the trial starts, it will be a 2-year study, and post which we are hoping that we could get it to the market. But currently there are some challenges which we are facing. We have got some funding from BIRAC, but we need some more funding to have an intermediate scale up so that we can complete the drug manufacturing process and also take care of the expenses for the trial. Once that is completed, I think we should be able to give this therapy to almost anybody who can be affected with this.
So let us know what were the revenues in financial year 2022 and what you're planning to close at the end of FY 2020.
Yeah, so the thing is that we have generated around a revenue of 2 crores in financial year 2022, and by the end of 23 we are trying to reach a target of 5 crores. Apart from the focus on our clinical trial, we are using this oligonucleotide platform to supply a lot of universities and pharma companies abroad. In India, the consumption is not much less, but with mRNA technologies picking up, we are hoping that we should be able to get a lot of demand. Already we are because of the COVID reagents also use oligonucleotides as a starting material. So we cater to a lot of these companies who make COVID diagnostic kits. But oligonucleotide based drug discovery and these kind of studies are done mostly abroad. So I'm proud to say that I was also part of a project wherein for a country from Europe, we made the clinical grade material for a COVID vaccine, which got approved by the WHO. And we were proud to make that during the COVID period. And that was used as a clinical trial material for a COVID vaccine.
Okay. And as I know that as an RNA transcriptions, sorry, this kind of services and this is very, very new in this Indian healthcare ecosystem. Your company, your startup is doing a lot of cell-based assays, also study for diabetes, obesity, and the cell culture study. So it has got different spectrums which can be done, because when we talk about the studies of RNAs, and this is we have got huge scope and there are varied sectors. So presently, what is the focus of Hanugen Therapeutics?
So the current focus, as we all committed towards the rare disease community, we have already a clinical trial coming up for the DMD. We have also have got an approval to conduct a trial on spinal muscular atrophy. Since this is all a patient inspired organization, we are getting a lot of interest from other rare disease communities wherein they want us to develop something for them. So we are looking at potential collaborations and opportunities with different universities. Hanugen Therapeutics is only the face of the organization, but the heart lies in our not-for-profit organization called Dystrophy Annihilation Research Trust, which was established in 2012 by Ravdeep Singh Anand, who is our co-founder of Hanugen. His son suffers from Duchenne muscular dystrophy. That's why we got into this. And as the journey progressed, we discovered that this potential needs to be harvested and this should come out as an affordable drug. That's where Hanugen was the spin-off coming out from DART.
That's great, because there will be so many children who will be benefited with the solutions offered by your startup. So, what are your goals, your future plans, your future expansion plans? So, because as funding is definitely one thing which is required to scale up, but what is the plan or strategy to scale it up?
See, the strategy is that right now we have crossed the stage of applying for grants. So now we are looking at angel investors and venture capitalists who should be like-minded to our goal and be patient enough for us to come out with some solutions. There is a lot of return of investment in the terms that if we come out with an affordable therapeutic, there is no dearth of patients who need this. And we are our main goal is that we need to work through the government system so that government could take these medicines and disseminate to the patients who need this. So I have only one request here, that we need help to scale up these things. And also I'm sure that there will be a lot of support coming out from government and private people who could help this rare disease community, because like how there was a COVID CSR scheme, there might be something like a rare disease CSR schemes coming up wherein people like us can get help and come out with affordable solutions. So we want to come out with as many possible drugs for the rare diseases using the same antisense oligonucleotide. It's not that it only works for rare diseases. The same technology could be also harnessed for common diseases like diabetes or cancer,
Yes.
wherein the personalized medicine is what everybody is looking for. So we can you do something like a pharmacogenomics, wherein based on the problem in your DNA, we take a biopsy from the patient, culture the cells, and then develop something which could correct the genetic mutation. And it is happening with CRISPR-Cas9 technology coming up. It's not going to be that these kind of things may become a common thing to treat, wherein a patient goes to the clinic, gets his DNA sequenced, and then the doctor and the scientist work together to develop some personal medicine for them, and the patient can come out. But then this can only happen if you keep promoting innovators like us.
Definitely, definitely. So it's great, because talking to startups, especially in such a field where we are treating rare genetic diseases, where RNA and DNA sampling are being done, which is and DNA sequencing, which can actually solve so many other critical care cases, other critical diseases. It's just the beginning. So great to know about you and your startup, Dr. Arun, and also the contribution of Mr. An, because he has been a co-founder of this particular thing. So, any learnings of your startup journey when you started in 2017, and then COVID hit, and so there were definitely ups and downs. So, any piece of advice or any learning which you would like to share with our startup entrepreneurial people who are watching this episode?
Yeah, so the only thing I would like to say here, like the mantra is that we need to keep moving on. COVID hit us, but then since an entrepreneur's life is always more of downs and less of ups, because an entrepreneur needs to face problem on a daily basis, and only when you are passionate enough on what you're doing and you have a strong team who works with you day and night, looking at the larger goal, that really helps a lot and motivates you. So when COVID hit, literally I can say that we knew how to survive because we have seen worse. So it was not that, but then we got an opportunity to work during COVID on a COVID vaccine. So this was not an opportunity which we were looking for, but we were ready because we had the gear, we had the facility. So sometimes a lot of opportunities comes on the way. So you need to be strong, be positive, and things will happen.
Definitely. And as the core objective of Hanugen Therapeutics is to find out solutions for rare diseases. And also, if we talk just about muscular dystrophy in India, then as per conservative study, there are 29 per 1 lakh cases. So in every one in every 3,500 patients, a child is suffering from MD, that's muscular dystrophy, and as early it is diagnosed as children, it's much more easy for the treatment and the other process to begin. So usually this is diagnosed in children between the age of 3 and 6, and it generally is found in the male children only. So early signs of the illness can be a delay in walking or difficulty rising from a sitting or a lying position, and frequently falling down. So, and also with weaknesses and typically affecting the shoulder and the pelvic muscle. So there are some initial symptoms. Through this thing, I would like to share with all the parents also who are watching this, that science is really doing great thing, and even startups are doing Hanugen Therapeutics are doing great things, where they are trying to solve such cases of rare genetic diseases which were earlier like there were no such solutions and you have to live with it. But it's not like that, and time are changing. So let's support them also, to all this investors fraternity of the healthcare ecosystem, to support such startups so that India can also bring up their great solutions in this rare genetic disease session. Thank you so much, Dr. Arun, for joining us today for our healthcare startup series. We wish you and Hanugen Therapeutics all the best, so that it serves especially the Indian population of male children more and more, definitely, but mostly importantly with affordable solutions, so that especially the rural population, where children are also getting affected with the same kind of disease, can afford such solutions. Thank you once again for joining.
Thank you, Smita.